comes down to this, the GMC Championship game in 2020. The number 2 seed, the St. Thomas Aquinas Trojans, battling the number 4 seed, the South Brunswick Vikings. It's great to have you with us on Tape Delay. My name is James Gargan. As the starting 5 are now introduced, Akil Edekar, Yathin Vamila, Terrell Murchison, Devin Strickland, and Justin Carbone. There is Justin Carbone, who is going crazy in this GMC tournament, averaging nearly 24 points per game. In the win over St. Joe's, 27 points. He and Devin Strickland, the 2 catalysts on offense, along with Terrell Murchison, those big 3 have carried the day throughout the season for South Brunswick. But this St. Thomas team is a different animal in terms of the talent that they possess on the court. Quadri Adams, the presumptive GMC Player of the Year, missed the semifinal game for the Trojans, but they still took care of business thanks to that man, Jaquan Harris. It was a 72-55 win over the Eagles of Edison. Kyrie Henry with 20 points, Jaquan Harris 17, Tristan Jeffries with 10 points. The first trip to the title game for the Trojans since 1992 when they last won it all. Derek Grant at 6'5" to tip with Devin Strickland at 6'0", but nobody would be surprised if Strickland won this tip with the athleticism he had, but he concedes the tip to the Trojans, and the GMC Championship game is underway. Jaquan Harris on the drive. Harris the dish. Grant the jam. Yathin Vamila had his best game as a Viking on Wednesday night. Just a sophomore, 22 points. Vamila will get the shooter's roll, and he has the first 2 for the Vikings. Jeffries lost the ball. Carbone picks it up. Vamila the other way. The dish. Edekar denied by Grant. Harris. That one short. Jeffries scoops. Jeffries can't finish. The 3rd time's the charm for the transfer from Gill St. Bernard's High School. 4-2, and it's going the other way. He will still get the full game here. Grant misses and puts it in. Edekar thought about teeing it up. Now he drives. A volleyball swat by Derek Grant. Good luck getting it up and over the big man. Way outside the arc on the M logo. Vamila working on Abdullah. The jumper is true, and this place explodes on every basket. 4 points for Vamila, 8-6 the score. 2:20 left first quarter. Jeffries the triple. Tristan Jeffries from downtown. Carbone, Vamila, that's 3. How did that not go? Grant the other way. Adams will pull up and hit. A rare jumper for Quadri Adams, makes his bones almost exclusively in the paint. It's something he'll certainly have to work on if he is to be successful at the Division I level, especially in the ACC at Wake Forest. 1:30 left in the first. Strickland spins, fades, and hits. This is a packed house, and students for St. Thomas are sitting on the floor as well in front of the student section. Another swat by Grant. Abdullah the other way, 50 seconds left. Jeffries, cross court. Henry, good closeout. Harris, that's 3. Tipped out by Grant, straight at Henry. Another big play made by Grant. Jeffries, uncontested, the deuce. Where St. Thomas is located. 10 seconds left. Tesser nearly stripped. Nearly stripped, rather. Murchison, the skip. That's Tesser. That's a 3. That's good. Andrew Tesser from downtown. 2 seconds. 1. Harris gets something crazy off. That won't go. But Andrew Tesser with a big triple, making this a 15-11 game after the first quarter. And this game is being brought to you by the Express Athletic Center, a 22,000 square foot indoor facility specializing in making sure that everybody walking through its doors experiences all that sports and fitness have to offer. And that includes, but of course, is not limited to a 22,000 square foot, the full-size basketball court, the weight room, the turf area with baseball, softball tunnels, an on-site physical therapist, pro golf instruction, strength and conditioning coordinator, and an in-house apparel company, making it the most complete sports facility in the area. Spring basketball registration coming soon. Go to theexpressathleticcenter.com for more info, or visit N216 Tingley Lane in Edison. On the drive, Adams, the dish, Henry, the three. Just a junior. Murchison on the drive to the rack. Hit in the air by Jeffries. How in the world was that not whistled a foul? Adams dish to the corner for Harris. Grant looking for it down low. Size mismatch with Strickland, but instead Harris will go to work on Strange. Fades away, in and out. Strickland through the trees, grabs the board. Baseline, Murchison slings it. Carbone, that's three. Grant brings it down. Long outlet, Adams. He'll slow the pace. Tesser doing a good job getting back wide open. That's Jaquan Harris, and that's three more for the Trojans. The super sophomore, Jaquan Harris, showing why he is so coveted by Division I schools, the likes of Auburn, Seton Hall, and Rutgers, already offering the 6'5" sophomore transfer from the Patrick School. Came in this year. His older brother, Jameer Harris, was a star at the Patrick School. Three from the wing. Audacious shot from Tesser in the GMC tournament. The dish, Strickland, nice slip and a finish. Tip all the way out by Grant. Jeffries, that's three more. This quarter, 4:24 left. Whipped Jeffries. Looked like it was intended for Abdullah, but Jeffries, much to the delight of his team, eats it up himself. South Brunswick needs a timeout, and they are very much on the back foot here. 12 for Tristan Jeffries to pace St. Thomas. South Brunswick just 2 points in the quarter to 11 for St. Thomas. And a reminder, of course, that this game is being brought to you by Lots of Balls, the premier meatball destination in Middlesex County. The gourmet meatball spot you never thought you needed, but the family atmosphere that you have always craved. Family style meals, mix and match meatballs to feed the whole family for an affordable price on 25 New Street in Metuchen. Lots of Balls, the restaurant that everybody's been talking about. Go there when you can. Vikings trying to get out in transition. Adeker for three. Abdullah, an excellent sophomore in his own right the other way. Bob Turco not only has built this Trojans team for the here and now, but he's built it for the future as well, with Jaquan Harris, Samar Abdullah, Kyrie Henry, and Tristan Jeffries all remaining in the fold as Adams hops through for two. And be the power in the GMC for years to come. Adams the steal, watch out, it's Adams! Lays it in the end. He's thrown it down with authority countless number of times this year. And Adams now has 6 for St. Thomas. Up and under, but not in for Murchison. Denied at the rim was Strickland by Golden, but the foul is whistled. 30-13, 2:50 left, second quarter. On the drive, Adams all the way. You try stopping Quadri Adams with a full head of steam. Everyone in the GMC this year has tried and failed to do so, as the foul on Edekar is his first for St. Thomas, as does Derek Golden. They lose Adams, they lose Jeffries. Grant the jam! Here in the first half, the dish. Abdullah denied from three by Edekar. He goes down hard, 2 seconds left. One, Carbone, he gets it off from half court, knocks it down! Oh, doctor! There was a basket that South Brunswick desperately needed, and the first points of the game for Justin Carbone. St. Thomas Aquinas is the number 7 seed. Adams all the way! Oh, doctor! The emphatic jam from the superstar Quadri Adams. And that makes it a 19-point affair. Vemula fades and hits. Henry in the corner, pumps. Jeffries, he fires the three and hits. He won 2 Mercer County titles at Notre Dame High School as Grant off the feed from Adams. South Brunswick needs a timeout. It's not hard to see why. (41-19) on the wing at Strickland. Attica swung around. Carbone has not been able to get it going aside from his half-court buzzer beater to end the half. He fires the three. Looked like a push from Strickland. He dishes Carbone over Grant. And the foul whistle, it's over Jeffries, who will pick up the foul. Justin Carbone back on the board. Trapped is Adams. Nice feed. Henry to Harris for three. Jaquan Harris from downtown. And that's the danger of trying to trap this Trojan team. They will beat you at a moment's notice. Carbone and one. The blocking foul whistled against Grant. Lead is 19. Knocked away. Carbone on the other end. Viking fans making noise. There's packed house, mostly South Brunswick fans here. And timeout called by Bob Turco. The lead back down to where it was at half at 17 points. Ignores the slipping Strickland. Instead the dish. Vemula, Strickland misses. The tip-in goes for Carbone. The lead is 15. 3 minutes left in the third. Jeffries throws it away. Murchison comes away. Vemula. Strickland lost it. Skips and foul whistled against Adams. Henry back in. It's Adams, Henry, Abdullah, Grant, and Harris. Carbone working on Harris. Carbone on the drive, almost bumped. He floats it up and in. Justin Carbone has caught fire here in the third quarter. He's up to 15 points, 12 in this frame. He has the last 15 as well for St. Thomas. A travel whistled against the Trojans. 2:28 left in third. Harris still going to work. Now it's Adams. Adams gallops through to the house. 1:37 left third quarter. On the drive, Vemula floats it up and in. South Brunswick needs that to fall. Adams in the open court. Adams lost it, gets it back, goes up, fouled and one. Quadri Adams, the man among boys. This gym with ever tight quarters, the steal. Adams, he's gonna fly! And that's what the Viking fans get for their various chants directed at Adams. Carbone misses everything. Carbone gets it back, rips it through. A foul whistled against St. Thomas. South Brunswick on the other end. Tesser will pull up and hit. Andrew Tesser from downtown. The lead is down to 14. 50 seconds into the fourth. Adams is now 1 for 6. 1 for 7. The jam by Grant. Backdoor. Carbone. Get a key three to drop. 3-on-1. Adams dropped it in midair, and he is still down. Odd man rush. Carbone knocks down the three. Timeout called. No, they'll stop the game. And look at Adams, who is up, but walking off the floor. Again, it's his right leg. South Brunswick on the move, but time is running out. Henry takes the baseline. Henry whips it toward Abdullah. Strickland the steal. Strickland all the way. The lead is 10. 4:15 left in the fourth. South Brunswick fans making ample noise. Carbone knocks it. They run into each other. Murchison. It's still loose. Do they get the timeout? They do. 4:04 left in the fourth. The wind is at the sails of the Viking ship. Taking his time. Now we'll go to work. He drives. Goes up and under. He puts it up and it rolls home. Full court pressure showing here for South Brunswick. A dangerous proposition against this team. Harris splits through the dish. Grant, and there's why it's such a dangerous proposition. This is as good a time as any to thank everybody who has tuned in to a GMC Hoops broadcast this season. As Harris, that may be the icing on the cake of this championship for the Trojans. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in to a game this season and throughout the 4 years that we've been doing this. Two minutes left here in the fourth. Murchison, the floater. Got it. St. Thomas Aquinas will win its first championship since 1992. Carbone has it on the other end. Murchison, his three-pointer is good. South Brunswick calls time. Going to be the highlight of the careers of every player on this team. Strickland fittingly will get what is likely the last basket of the year for South Brunswick. Joe Holman, one of the best coaches in all of Middlesex County, a consistent winner at South Brunswick. It won't be long before he is in this position again. Adekar will take the three and miss. 13 seconds left. No foul. Harris should just dribble it out. Bob Turco's hands are raised in the air. And St. Thomas Aquinas breaks a 28-year drought. They are the 2020 GMC champions. The Trojans have won the war, and they in the Trojan Army will celebrate into the night. Congratulations to Bob Turco for a championship season, his first ever GMC tournament championship. Quadri Adams finishes the game with 17 points. Trishan Jeffries, the high scorer, with 18. We will stay with you for the trophy presentation. Other of the final stats, 10 for Jaquan Harris, 13 for Derek Grant, 3 for Kyrie Henry, 2 for Samir Abdullah. And that's the scoring for the Trojans. For South Brunswick, 20 for Justin Carbone, 8 for Devin Strickland, 7 for Terrell Murchison, 9 for Yathin Vamula, 2 for Akil Adekar, 6 for Andrew Tetzer. We got one final look at the champs. That'll do it for us here tonight. Normally this is where we end the season, but stay tuned to GMC Hoops on Twitter, at GMC Hoops, and my Twitter, at Real Carrigan, just in case any additional coverage comes about for the state tournament. Several GMC teams are in prominent positions in the states, not the least of which is the number 1 seed Denellen in their section, number 2 seed New Brunswick in their section. Of course, South Brunswick, their season far from over. They're the number 4 seed in the states. And let's not forget about St. Thomas and St. Joe's as well. So stay tuned to the outlets of GMC Hoops for information on if there is any future coverage. But for now, thank you to everybody who has joined us throughout this season and throughout our 4 years broadcasting in this great county. Thank you to GMC Hoops' head honcho, Greg Machos. Thank you to Ryan DePaul, the head man of RDPLex Films, for producing and working the camera for every game. And thank you once again to all the fans who have tuned in. Good night from MCC, the 2020 GMC champions, the St. Thomas Aquinas Trojans.